Group, you are able to see my yes.
These are not
added.
Yes, your screen is visible. Yeah. Visible. Thank you.
list.
So let us start up the session. Hi, good afternoon all. This is Satyanarayan Mishra from UNICEF.
Today,
UNICEF has formed an apprenticeship working group to drive apprenticeship promotion across country.
these are ideas which are not.
And apprenticeship working group is organizing these awareness sessions for employers and also for students once in a month. So today this session is for the students.
Today,
Apprenticeship working group would like to talk about what are the benefits for the students by doing an apprenticeship, and what are the different schemes available, what are the opportunities available. So all these things we will be discussing today. With this, I welcome Mr. S.V.K. Nagesh, the Joint Director of Employment and Training in Government of Telangana, to take us through details about apprenticeship. So he will be briefing us an introduction about apprenticeship, and then we will move into details. Thank you. Mr. Nagesh, please.
Good. Yes. Good evening, everyone. I was asked to talk about apprenticeship. Since I'm in apprenticeship for a very, very long time, as part of Department of Employment Training, I'll just speak about the apprenticeship. I introduced you about apprenticeship. Apprenticeship, as you know, is an on-the-job training. The ITI students who undergo training in the ITIs or elsewhere also, degree passed or diploma passed, they undergo theoretical inputs in the institute or in the university or in the ITIs. These people need to have a practical training for which they will go for apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is the one where a student is given a training that is in the industry, so that he is job ready. After completing the course, he will be able to get a job. Overall, why we are talking about apprenticeship as of now is, as you know, this apprenticeship is not has gone inside in every institute as such. The students do not have awareness about the apprenticeship. So we need to the Department Employment Training as well, such as Mr. We all want to have a campaign to run so that these apprenticeship can be taken by a large number of students. As you have seen here, as you see here, that the awareness about apprenticeship overall, it is 42% people know, and out of which 79 ITI students know about apprenticeship, about 69%, and other than ITI, it is 31%. So this is a very, very dismal, and we need to have good awareness about apprenticeship, so that large number of students can take up this apprenticeship. This isn't just an example of a difference between internship and apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is enacted in the Parliament as an Apprenticeship Act 1961. According to that, every industry has to take up apprenticeship, and they have to pay a stipend to them. It's basically after the signing, and after a candidate is said to be an apprentice only when he signs a contract between the candidate and the industry. And the length of apprenticeship is 6 months to 3 years, depending upon the trade that they take up. For example, if a IT student undergoes 1 year of training, he will go for 2 years of apprenticeship. And likewise, if a student is undergoing 2 years of training, 1 year of apprenticeship, or 1 year of ITI, 2 years of apprenticeship. It depends upon the trade that one student is taking on. And apprenticeship structure is completely a structured one. There is a defined syllabus that all apprentices has to follow in the industry, and there is a mentor always in the apprenticeship, and he will be training the apprentices in the industry. And pay is also fixed. It's as of now, it's 9,000 for 9,000 for apprentice who have passed ITI, and it is the pay is varying from for diploma candidates. It's more for degree candidates also, some more than what diploma candidate gives. So degree candidates gets more, diploma is little less, and ITI is little less. And then apprenticeship leads to industry-oriented credential. There are many in the industries where they are asking for candidates who have passed apprenticeship, like in the government organizations like BHL, HAL, and elsewhere. They insist on apprenticeship training for the trainees who they want to take it as in their regular roles. As well, in some MSMEs also are insisting that for regular placements, apprenticeship is mandatory. If you take up internship, internship is basically a loose agreement. We don't have any kind of contract being signed between the intern and the industry. As internship is 1 to 3 months, and there is no syllabus that is it's not structured as such. There's no course curriculum as is in apprentice, and there's no mentor basically on internship. And internship typically it doesn't have any credential as such. Though some industries insist on internships, but more weightage is given to the candidates who have done apprenticeship. Next slide. And by definition of Apprenticeship Act, it is to regulate and promote the apprenticeship training in the industry. This is to utilize the facilities available in the industry for imparting on-the-job practical training with a view to meet the requirements of skilled manpower for the industry. That is, say, a candidate who just passed from the ITI or a diploma, he doesn't have practical knowledge. So if a person pass after ITI, after diploma degree, he goes for industry, does an apprenticeship, he will have an industry relevant training happening, and that will fetch him a good job later after he passes ITI, after he passes his degree or a certificate. This enables a pathway, as I said, it's for an employment, and creates a pipeline of talent, so that the demand and supply gap is lessened. Wherever we go, wherever we talk in various forums, the industry say that we don't have trainee who is well equipped with knowledge or skill that the industry needs. So in the industry always complains that the students not having the knowledge that they want, relevant knowledge that they require. And so the best thing is to do is to make these students go for apprenticeship, train in the industry, and while getting trained in the industry, these people there's a good chance of them being absorbed in the industry after training. And this is a government of India has come up with Pradhan Mantri National Apprenticeship Mela. This Mela is conducted on every second Monday of a month across the country in 15 different 11 ITIs across Telangana state. This awareness, this apprenticeship Mela's vision and mission is to make every ITI pass training gain apprentice and gain a sustainable PMNAM. Total awareness is, as you see here, it is 46%, and it is in the ITIs. Since we have been doing it for a very, very long time, the awareness has gone to 75%, and other than ITI, it is just 26%. So it is here that we would step in, and we want to make this PMNAM awareness program to larger masses. And you can ask me, what do I get from this as a trainee? What do I gain if I do this apprenticeship training? First and foremost thing is that you will have first-hand knowledge of how industry works. That is, once you get a job, you will not be a novice. You will not be caught unaware of what's happening in the industry later when you get a job. So when during your course curriculum, when you go for apprenticeship, you will know what industry is doing, and after your apprenticeship or ITI, you will be better placed. You will better know the things that what's happening in the industry, and you can adapt to whatever is happening in the industry better. And you can develop a skill, relevant skill that you want. You can also, while working, also you can have inculcate the passion where your interest is, and then you can work on them in the industry. That way you can develop your skill also, and you will have an opportunity to work hands-on in the ITIs. It is, or in the institutes or universities, only theoretical knowledge that the ones gives you, and you are not able to work. You will not be able to work on the latest.
Hello. Mr. Nagesh? Okay, looks like, so let me continue with this. I think, yeah, so Mr. Nagesh was talking about, different benefits for students. So as he was talking about, the student gets a first-hand knowledge of how industry works. So they will be able to see on the shop floor how people are working, right? They will be getting a real-time experience over there. And they will work on the live skills, live areas where the industry is actually looking for the skills. And at the same time, they will be getting an opportunity to earn a stipend while learning the skill. So they, as compared to other students, they will become, job readiness, and they will have an upper hand, right? While they will be applying for the opportunities, for regular opportunities, once they finish up their apprenticeship. And that can lead towards, there are some kind of apprenticeship that can lead towards formal, graduation degree kind of thing that we'll be discussing in later part, that is apprenticeship embedded degree program, right? And it also, so if an apprentice is doing well in the apprenticeship training period and all, so that can lead towards a full-time opportunity in the same company or elsewhere. So they will have, the enhanced capability with respect to different soft skills, like, employability, articulation skill, presentation skill, communication skill, because they will be interacting on the floor with different, existing senior resources of the company. So these are all about the benefits for students while they do an apprenticeship. With this, I will be inviting Mr. Dhruv Mittal, who is the head of a third-party aggregator organization called as Advantage, who will be taking us through different schemes about apprenticeship, different opportunities available, and how to register, where to register, and all these things he will be discussing. Yeah, Mr. Dhruv.
Thank you, Mr. Mishra, for taking up the previous slides. Let me tell you, my name is Dhruv, and like I work for Advantage Private Limited. I head Advantage Private Limited, and as a TPA, we are associated with about 300 industries, and we have engaged about 20,000 apprentices in the industry. So I'm the right person to talk about this slide. So when we talk about the demand side, when we talk about the industry side, one of the regular feedback that we get from the industry is that there is a shortage of skilled manpower, right? So you go to any industry, you talk to them about what kind of investments they are making in their new machinery and all, but they'll always come back and say that manpower nahi milta, we do not get the required skilled manpowers, right? These industries, they go to the colleges, polytechnics, ITI, and again, the feedback is the candidates that we recruit, they are not employable. So this is the term which is used by the industry, that candidates that we are getting are not skilled enough, they are not employable, and like we need to invest further in them to make them employable, right? So demand is there. Like if we look at the demand side, so there is a lot of demand, and if we look at the government's focus on Make in India, So if that is succeeding, then this demand is bound to increase. So this demand for manpower will keep on increasing, skilled manpower will keep on increasing. And keeping with the line of the mission, government is also focusing on imparting skill to the candidates through Skill India mission. However, what happens many a times, there is a geographic mismatch that you have certain skills in certain region, but industries are located in some other geographic regions. And there are sometimes mismatch in skills that industry is looking at certain, for example, industry is looking at say welders, but there are a lot of fitters in that area. So there is a mismatch in geographical location, and there is a mismatch in the skills as well, right? When we look at supply side, so India is one of the youth capital of the world, right? So if we look at the small breakup, 40% of our youth would be in the education, will be in the organized sectors like graduates, MBBS, MBAs and all. Then we have approximately 20% into the vocational training like ITIs and diploma. 10%, approximately 10% of the youth, they would be into the business and the self-employment. And 30% does not have any job, right? So what do we do? So in this scenario, apprenticeship is the perfect channel for matching this demand and supply. Under apprenticeship, what will happen? Any industry, they will engage these candidates, whatever candidates that we are talking about, as apprentices for a certain duration. These candidates will be working under the supervision of the experienced people, and they will be learning the various aspects while earning a certain stipend. Upon completion of the apprenticeship, these candidates may be absorbed by the industry itself. There is a very good opportunity. There is a very good chance that these candidates may be absorbed by the industry. In case they are not absorbed, so at least industry will clear a pool of skilled candidates, which may be absorbed by the industry in the nearby region. So it's a win-win situation for both industry and for the candidates. So when we are talking about the apprenticeship, there are quite a few myths that are going on right now. So generally, when we talk to some candidates, they say by apprenticeship is only for the candidates who are not academically qualified or who were not able to go to good colleges and all. That is perfectly false. Another myth that we come across is like apprenticeship is only in few trades, or it is only in certain automobile sector or only in the manufacturing sector. No, as a candidate, if you are fifth pass, you can be engaged as apprentice not only in the manufacturing industry but in service industry as well. And another myth which we come across is apprentices are poorly paid. No, again, this is wrong. What government has done in order to safeguard the interest of the apprentices, they have also defined the minimum stipend, wherein industry cannot pay less than the minimum stipend to the apprentices. However, the stipend defined by the industry, by the government, is the minimum stipend, and most of our clients and most of the industries we know, they pay substantially higher stipend than the minimum stipend, right? Another myth which is prevalent in the market is once you are engaged as apprentice, then you cannot go to a university, right? But that is again no. Under the current system, like once you undergo an apprenticeship, you have your certificate, you have your mark sheet, you can go for the university courses in the vocational schemes, and especially with the uniform credit framework coming in, the vertical and the horizontal mobility in the skills and the education system will become much easier in the future, right? Now coming to the various schemes which are available under the apprenticeship sector. So there are two schemes per se. One is National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, which is under the purview of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Second scheme is National Apprenticeship Training Scheme, which is under the Ministry of Education, which was earlier known as MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, right? So if we talk about the NAP scheme, so it has two categories. Like NAPs can be implemented either under the optional trade or under the designated trade. So category one is the designated trade. Under designated trade, DGET, Directorate General of Training, it is the authority for NAPs. You can engage candidates who are ITI pass outs there. Designated trades, these are designed by the CSTRI, and certification of the candidates enrolled in designated trades is done by NCVT, and NAT certificate is provided to them. Under optional category, the the governing authority is National Skills Development Corporation, which is NSDC, with their and further, like there are about 30 sector specific sector skill councils. So those are the governing authority under the optional trade. Under optional trade, candidates who are as known academic qualification as 5th pass can be engaged as apprentices. So under optional trade, so if you are 5th pass, 10th pass, 12th pass, ITI, diploma, graduate, so whatever be your education qualification, you can be engaged as apprentices. Trade category is optional. That is, the curriculums here are created by sector skill councils, which are known as SSCs, and establishments can also create contract and curriculums and get approval from sector skill councils and NSDC. Under optional trade, the assessment is carried out by the industry and sector skill councils for joint certification. And the certificate is having the logo of both sector skill council and the industry. The common portal for both optional trade and for the designated trade, it is apprenticeshipindia.gov.in. So both the categories can be registered on this portal, right? If we come to the second scheme, which is under the Ministry of Education, so under this, the governing authority is board, which is Board of Apprenticeship Training. So in our country, there are 4 boards depending on the region. So it's Board of Apprenticeship Training, Eastern Zone, Southern Zone, Western Zone, and Northern Zone. So there are 4 boards which are available, and they have their jurisdiction in terms of the state. Right, they under board there is a different portal which is mhrdnats.gov.in. So in case if you want to register under the board scheme, you can go to this portal. Under boards, candidates who are diploma and who are graduates, you can only register as apprentices. Below diploma, they are not allowed under board scheme, under NAT scheme, right? About 2 years back, registration of the graduates in general stream. Earlier, graduates under general stream like BA, BSc, BCom were not allowed. However, right now the registration of the general stream graduates is also available, right? Under NAT scheme, there is no assessments, and the certificate is only the experience certificate which is provided by the industry. What government has done, in my previous slide I said, they have defined the minimum stipend payable to the apprentices. And that stipend is for a 5th class to a 9th class pass out, the minimum stipend payable is 5,000. For a 10th class pass out, the minimum stipend payable is 6,000. For a 12th pass or an ITI or a vocational skill holder, it is 7,000. For a diploma, it is 8,000. For a graduate, it is 9,000. It is same across any of the 3 categories on the screen. However, as I said previously also, most of the industries, depending on the candidates, depending on the location, they prefer to pay higher stipend to the candidates, right? Another thing, under the NAT scheme, you can register as apprentice for a maximum duration of 1 year. That is the technical graduates and diploma. And for non-engineering graduates, the duration is 3 years. Right, it is on the scheme. So under NAT scheme, there are 2, as I said, there are 2 categories: graduate apprentices and the technician apprentices. Graduate apprentices, again, they are bifurcated into 2 categories. One is the technical graduates, which will include the BE, BTechs, and for the non-engineering graduates like BA, BSc, BCom, BBA, and the other non-technical field. Right. For a diploma category, for the technician category, there are technical diploma, which includes diploma in engineering technology like production, mechanical, electronics, etc. And there are other diplomas which are into non-engineering and non-technology sectors. And then there are defined rules. We can move to the next slide, please. Right. Under NAPS category, National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme category, there are 2 categories of apprentices. One is the trade apprentices, another is the technician vocational apprentices. Trade apprentices could be ITI, 10+2 candidates, or the graduate candidates. Then there are school pass outs and the school dropout category, which will include the candidates who are minimum 5th pass to the 10th class candidates. Under technician category, there could be many candidates who have got their skill trains under various government skilling courses, right? And these candidates, depending on the job role that they perform in the industry, so they can be engaged under various courses on the NAPS portal. So like in previous slides, we discussed on the apprentice under the optional and designated trade. We'll give a detail about these two trades. Designated trades, it is implemented by DGT, which is Directorate General of Training, or RDSTs, which is Regional Directorate of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. These trades are notified by the central government, and these are fixed in numbers. Like right now, I think they're about 260 or 261 in numbers. Primarily, most of these trades are in technical and the traditional occupations. These have been designed and developed by Central Staff Training Research Institute in Chennai, right? And they are implemented by DGT, and like as we discussed, they can be used for the NAPS apprentices. And under the designated trade, the certification is the NAC certification, right? If we talk about the optional trade, so first of all, don't get confused. Optional does not mean that it is something like which is not required or something like that. It's just the name. So an optional trade could also be called as a non-designated trades. Under the optional trade, the implementing body is National Skills Development Corporation, NSDC, which is based in New Delhi. There are multiple courses which are created by about 30-35 sector skill councils under various skills, and they are approved by the concerned authorities, right? These courses under optional trade, they can be either technical or they can be non-technical, right? Under optional trade, flexibility is given to the various industries. Like if there are no approved courses which match their requirement, industries can also create new courses and get approval under the optional course categories, right? Candidates can register under NAPS, like under NAPS category on the portal, if the courses under optional trade are aligned with the NSQF. NSQF is National Skills Qualification Framework. So if the courses are NSQF aligned, the NAPS option is available to the NAPS benefit is available to the industry and the candidates. Under the NAPS category, the certification is done jointly by Sector Skill Council and by the industry, right? So this is the small difference between the optional and the designated trades.
Yes, thank you very much, Dhruv, explaining about different types of apprenticeship schemes available, and then different types of stipends and educational qualification, what is required for pursuing this apprenticeship. Thank you very much, Dhruv, for it. I will take quickly the students through some of the programs which are where apprenticeship is embedded within it, right? So what is this apprenticeship embedded degree program? So Government of India, they have started, this apprenticeship embedded degree program. They have rolled out a guidelines with various university to initiate these programs, right, in collaboration with different industries. So when we take a questionnaire from the students who have participated, who have registered for participating in these awareness sessions, we came to know that around 71% of students are not aware about what is this apprenticeship embedded degree program. Only 28% knows, right? So this definitely needs a call for creating awareness among students. So be it 11th, 12th, 10th and all. Because when we say apprenticeship embedded degree program, the primary requirement is that a student must be passed in 12th. So these programs are very much relevant for 10th, 11th and 12th students. So the beauty of this program is, in a nutshell, that the student gets engaged into an organization while they work and learn the skills. They also get theory classes from the universities. So after completion of 3 years, they will have a 3 years of working experience in industry, and they will earn a graduation degree. So there are different kind of degrees are there that we will be talking in later stage, right? And they will be also earning the stipend from the first month itself. So that's the advantage for the students, right? So when we compare with the traditional degree programs and then this apprenticeship embedded degree program, the basic difference is that in the apprenticeship embedded program, the student will get to learn a hands-on skill from the first month itself. Whereas in case of traditional syllabuses, it is not there. So traditional syllabus means once you finish your study, then only you can apply for different roles in different companies, and then you will be working as an employee, right? But in case of this apprenticeship and degree program, you are working from the day one. So that's the basic difference. And then here you will have the face-to-face interactions you will have with the employers, with the senior associates in the companies, right? And then you will have your classes online, or sometimes you'll be on the job by the university. So all these kind of things will be done in that apprenticeship program. So the programs are recognized by UGC. So a student who pursue this apprenticeship embedded degree program, they are equally a credential with the traditional degrees like BA, BCom, and BSc. It is just that we will have, for example, we have a general graduation program called Bachelor of Business Administration in Retailing. So here we will have also BBA Retailing, but it will be with apprenticeship embedded. So like that. And there are some banking, non-banking organizations who are also sponsoring these kind of programs, right? And it also has advantage that the degree is accepted by all the universities, and the students are qualified for all the government jobs also, like some competitive exams. They are also eligible for it, and they can pursue their master degrees also after this program. So the other benefits is a student will have multiple options to enter and exit. For example, after completion, so the program is for, let's say, 3 years. So after completion of 1 year, the student becomes a diploma holder. So the student has an option to come out of that thing, and then he can do a full-time job. Again, he can go back. So in that way, there will be a diploma, there will be advanced diploma, and then finally there is a graduation. So this is a very good advantage for the students. This slide talks about different, not only apprenticeship embedded degree program, but there are some other programs also where the apprenticeship is embedded. For example, we have a course called as Flexi ITI. So it is ITI, but it will have a more part of apprenticeship inbuilt into it. Similarly, we have diploma. So along with the diploma, the theory and the practical we are doing in workshop, the student will also get an opportunity to work as an apprentice in an organization for a period of 6 months to 1 year, depending on the agreement between the company and the institute. So similarly, we have a course called as BVOC, Bachelor of Vocation, right? And then we have apprenticeship embedded degree program. And this slide talks about what would be the expense if, for example, if I am a student and I want to pursue a course of this apprenticeship embedded degree program, then what is the expense that I am going to get? So this is a sample illustration. If you will see, for example, when we do a BBA program, left side talks about the traditional program and right side talk about the apprenticeship embedded program. So if you'll see, the tuition fee is almost same for both the time, right? Whereas in case of apprenticeship embedded program, the student is getting a stipend around 10,000. It can vary. Sometimes it might be 9,000. Sometimes it might be 12,000, even 15,000, depending on the industry it is doing. And then if you see overall, here the spend is 1.5 lakh, but here we will have a net earning of 2.1 lakh because the student is getting a stipend of 3.6 lakhs. And a general, if you see the life cycle, how this student moves through different steps in this apprenticeship embedded program. So first it starts with there will be an enrollment which will be happening in a university in collaboration with an industry, right? They will be going through, a contract will be created, some basic trainings will be happen for a, let's say, minimum period of 6 months or 1 year or 2 years or 3 years based on the industry requirements. And while the academic learning will be running in the parallelly, based on then again a joint agreement, like whether the work can happen 5 days a week and the theory or the learning can happen 2 days a week, like Saturday, Sunday. So that agreement happens between the university and the industry, and the student need to go through that. So in that way, the whole 3 years will be going through a combination of on-the-job training, on the shop floor working, right? And then the theoretical learning. So after completion of 3 years, you become a graduate. and then you have 3 years of experience. And then finally, you will have an assessment. And once you clear that, you will be certified, right, as an apprentice, and you will be getting a graduation certificate. And on top of it, you have earned stipends, and then you are also a experienced person now, right? We'll take some examples of apprenticeship embedded degree program. So like we have SSC Academy, they run a program called in a model called as hire, train and deploy, right? So again, it's a multiple entry and exit option with 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, like that. So they will be hiring candidates from different colleges. They will be training on different platforms, softwares, right, applications, and then deployed into different organizations. So they have some collaboration with different organizations, as you can see here. So, and then we have an example of BBA in retail operations. So this program is run by Medhavi Skill University. They have collaboration with Trends, Reliance Retail, and Pantaloon. So what they do is they will be hiring students based on the requirement from these organizations, right? So while Medhavi Skills will be accrediting that graduation program, and students will be working in these particular industries. And then we have another example from Team Lead Skill University. They have collaboration with Tata, Starbucks, and then Chroma. So they also have programs called BSc Mechatronics in electronics and automotive, BAB in logistics. So it is not specific to one program. There are multiple programs in graduation. So a student, based on their interest, they can approach these universities to see what opportunities are available, and they can take it up. So this is an example of BSc in hospitality and hotel management. You can see how a staff joining at the entry level, they can rise through different verticals, different hierarchy to the top. Like a trainee steward joins, then become a trainee supervisor, trainee captain. So like that, the progress will be there. So this Medhavi Skill University is having a tie-up with IHG group of hotels, right? So the students will be getting an opportunity to work in these hotels. We have another example for BSc Mechatronics. If you see here, this is a semester-wise program. So in which semester, what kind of courses will be taught to the students, and then accordingly, they will be working in that particular industry. So that is defined. Then we have another program called as BVOC, Bachelor of Vocation. So this program is being, so as an example, we have put it here. So one of the organization called FunFast, in collaboration with Tata Institute of Social Science, they are running this program called as Bachelor of Vocation. And they have around 34 BVOC courses in 16 different industry sectors. If you'll see, right from automotive, BFSI, capital goods, electronics. So there are several industries, there are in several sectors. So a student can choose to work from, right? So there are some courses like electronic manufacturing, refrigeration, air conditioning, office automation, automobile, so on. So there are different programs available. Any student who is interested, they can be in touch with, with this, using these links provided here. So this FunFast has having collaboration with these companies, where they will be deploying the students. Any student would like to know more about these programs, apprenticeship program, apprenticeship embedded programs, or apprenticeship embedded degree programs, they can connect with these email IDs by dropping an email to saying what are the interests they are looking for, right? And they can watch some of the YouTube videos that we have, which talks about for apprenticeship, right? Where to register. So this is a government portal called as apprenticeshipindia.gov.in. So students who want to register for NAPS, I think Dhruv has explained the difference between NAPS and NATS. I think any graduate or diploma holders can register in both the portals, but students of, let's say, 5th class pass, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and ITI, they can only register for NAPS, right? So diploma and degree holders can register in both the portals. One is apprenticeshipindia.gov.in, and diploma degree holders can register in portal.mhrd.nats.gov.in. So both the portals, they can do it. How to register? These YouTube videos are available here. You can watch. These are all small videos, 3 to 5 minutes. That video explains how to open a website, how to register, how to create a profile by updating your names, father names, address, PAN card, sorry, Aadhaar card, and all these things. It will also guide how to apply for different opportunities available. So almost companies who are engaging apprentices, they are registering these opportunities in these portals. So once you register as a student, as a candidate, you'll be able to visualize what all opportunities are there and you can apply for that. So these are the guidelines, YouTube videos which are available that you can use it. So please go and register if you have not done yet. So this is all about the apprenticeship program that we wanted to share with all of you, right? And some of the questions that normally comes during these programs is basically that why we should do this apprenticeship program. So as Mr. Nagesh indicated during the initial time of this presentation, initial beginning of the presentation, so it gives an advantage over other candidates, right? So suppose there are 30 graduates lining up for an opportunity, right? Out of those 30 opportunities, if 10 graduates are there who has done some of the apprenticeship in any industry, definitely they will be given additional advantage because they have the hands-on experience of doing something, right, as compared to other graduates. Similarly for ITI or for diploma holder also, even though we do some kind of practicals in the workshop, but that is not enough, right? So when you do an apprenticeship, you again get an additional advantage as compared to other ITI students or other diploma students or even other BTech students, right? So that's how it always give an added advantage. And as we say, every company looks for, let's say, creams that we want the highly talented or intelligent students to deploy. So 30% will go there, 40% will go there, but there will be students who are not getting opportunity. So I think they definitely should explore these opportunities by registering into the portal and by participating in the Pradhan Mantri National Apprenticeship Mela every month, right? That is being done on second Monday of every month. And you can definitely look for the portal. Let me quickly take you there. So this is the location where you can check in, right? During every second Sunday, you can check. So https://digit.gov.in appmela index.php. Here you can check for your state. So whether you are from Telangana, you are from Maharashtra, you are from Odisha, Gujarat, Sikkim, wherever you are, you can find out the nearest ITIs where this Pradhan Mantri National Apprentice Mela is being done, and you can go and participate. And it is open for all candidates, whether these are 10th pass, whether it is a ITI pass or diploma holder or 12th, all students can participate with the Apprentice Mela. Okay, so thank you all for participating, for joining this session. In this presentation, I will be sharing with all of you this YouTube link, and we also created one small 2-page document which talks about apprenticeship in a summarized form, right? So we request all of you to please go through this and explore these opportunities. All the best. Thank you. Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. मंदिर में